you can see that it fits real nice with the factory part here. So it's got a nice finished look to it. It's a nice big screen, so you can see everything really well. These lines here, you can actually adjust those. Just by the way, the stereo I think sounds way better than the original factory radio.
It does.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Runaway Rose. Today I'm going to install a new stereo into my brand new 2024 RAM 2500 Tradesman. Get rid of that tiny little radio in there with a tiny little screen and put a bigger one in. Let's get into it. My truck came with the little 5-inch screen there, so it's a small one. Let me go ahead and start the truck up so you can check out the screen there. There's not a whole lot to it as far as a backup camera and that sort of thing. It's so tiny that, and you don't even get the whole screen. There's black bars on both sides, so it's kind of ridiculous. And you can actually tap on the zoom in function and it'll zoom in on trailer hitch and that sort of thing, so that is pretty handy. So I don't know if my new stereo will have that, but at least it'll be a bigger picture because that picture is so small. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out. I was having a little bit of trouble finding a stereo that would have this button here, and I was thinking that the stereo I bought came with this whole bezel, but it actually doesn't. What I found was a stereo, it looks like it actually just clicks in place after you pull this stereo out. So I'll show that to you here in just a moment. So we're going to get to putting it in and see how it turns out. I have not installed a car stereo in a vehicle in probably 20-25 years. It's been a long time, so I'm not going to do the DIY install, show you how to install it in this truck. Basically I just kind of watched some other videos online, checked out the infotainment videos that they make OEM style stereos for these trucks to at least get a good idea of how to pull the dash apart. Hopefully the stereo's more plug and play, so it shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully. And so I'll go ahead and get it installed, and then we'll go over all the features of the stereo. And it does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and all that good stuff, so we'll check that out. But let me show you what I got. I ordered this stereo on Amazon, so I'll put a link below for that. I did have a little bit of a hard time finding one that would supposedly fit this truck. I didn't think it'd be so difficult. I believe this one actually said it was for a 19 through a 23 model. My truck's a 24, but it should be all the same. Right there it actually says through 21, but so we'll find out if it works or not. I don't know 100%. Slide that out. So there's the screen. Looks pretty nice. And flip it around. There's the back side with all the connections and the cooling fan on it. So I think what it does is it actually just clips in place with these 4 clips there. So that's kind of cool. And then it's got like the curved edge, so it goes along with the factory bezel for the stereo. So once you get everything connected, you just push it in place and it should just lock right into the dash. So, and it did come with all the cabling. It came with a backup camera, although this stereo will connect to the factory camera, but can add that if you want to, if you didn't have one. And then some more wiring, and it comes with the GPS antenna in there. So that's it. It did take about 3 weeks for this to come across the seas from China over to here, but hopefully it'll be worth the wait. So I'm going to go ahead and get to the install. There's the back of it. Just got to get all the wires unplugged and take the stereo out. Okay, well, I got the stereo out, the whole section there, so I just need to flip it over. Unplugged all the plugs and unscrew the back of this radio and take it out. So it looks to me, here's the new one, it's just going to clip right onto this bezel here and lock in place. This did not come with any installation instructions, so just kind of figuring that out. But so a couple weeks have actually passed since I was last working on the stereo. That's because I figured out that there was a problem when I went to install it the first time. I realized that this bezel that goes around the stereo is actually the incorrect bezel that came with it, so I had to contact the seller and they sent me a new one, and since it came from China, it took about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks before it got here, but they were very helpful. They just asked me to send a photo of the stereo of the dash of in my truck, and then they could figure out exactly which bezel I needed. So I sent them a photo, they got it right out to me. Let me let you take a closer look. On the original one that they sent me, you can see that it has those clips on there. So that obviously is for a different dash, maybe an older model, I don't really know, but it did not work with my truck. And then the new one, that's the front of it. So there's the back of it, and you can see it actually has this curved edge, top and bottom. And then so when I pull the stereo out, it'll actually, there's like some clips around the top and bottom, so that it should just clip right in. There's 4 screws that I just need to unscrew the stereo, screw it in place here, and I should just be able to clip it into the dash. Okay, well I got the stereo mounted into the new bezel there. Let me kind of show you. Let me lift this up. Basically, it's just going to slide in from the back. You can see how it goes along with that curve of the front of the stereo. So it's just going to sit in there like that. Just have to push it through, lock it in place. See if I can do this on camera. I think that's it. There it is. Looks pretty good. It'll be a nice big screen. Let's go get it in the truck and hook it up. Alright, well we got the stereo installed, and Carla and I just got back from a camping trip, so we've used it over the weekend, got to learn a little bit about it, and it's really very cool system. Carla knows it better than I do, since she's been messing with it.
But he installed it, and it was a pain in the butt to install.
It was. I'll kind of go over some more on the install after we kind of go through the stereo, check it out, let you know kind of the hassles I had with it. But overall, now that I got it installed, it's very cool, and very excited to have it. It does a lot of stuff, a whole lot of stuff. So yeah, we're going to kind of go through it, and let's check it out, see what it does.
So this system is not really a brand name. It's called a car multimedia system. Todd found it on Amazon just because it would look like it would fit well in here. The fit and finish looks good. So let me show you guys how it works. So it's got a lot of features. Probably more than we'll ever know about or use, but some of the simple basic ones are that you can use Apple CarPlay, you can use Android Auto, and you can also connect with Bluetooth. As you'll see here, Todd just turned down the fan on the AC, and it actually will connect to that as well.
That's really cool. So the old stock Tradesman stereo did not do anything with the AC controls, but when you turn the fan speed up, it shows it to you there, or you can control where it blows out, just up top, or the floor and up there, and it'll change over here as to what setting you have it on. And
yeah, if you had a higher level truck, it might connect more high level to this thing. But
yeah, because it looks like it does. Like, I think it'll do heated seats and all that sort of thing too. But
right now it's showing Celsius. You have to change change it from metric to
so
standard or whatever.
pretty cool feature. Go ahead.
Yeah. So let's see. Wait till that screen goes away. To connect, or actually here is all the apps that you can connect to. It's a lot. And you probably can add even more because there's like the Play Store right there.
Yeah, a lot of apps.
A lot of apps. The main ones that you should be concerned about are CarLink, which is actually Apple CarPlay. They must just name it that because it can't be Apple CarPlay.
You got Spotify,
YouTube. There's even Netflix on here, but I don't think you're supposed to watch Netflix as you're going down the road.
Yeah, you're not supposed to watch any movies or anything. You know, as you're driving, obviously it's illegal, but I believe you can do it. We haven't actually done that with this, but it will do it.
And then if you go back to the home screen, like, it's set up like this, but there's like 5 or 6 ways you can have the screen set up. You can set up the background. We made it darker so you could actually see some things. It has a stereo, and then Todd has recently signed up for YouTube Music, and you can connect that on here through, I believe, Apple CarPlay.
So if you go back to the apps, there's just a regular radio.
Yeah, there's radio.
So tap on that.
Tap on radio.
So just a regular tuner. And let me mute that. And just by the way, the stereo I think sounds way better than the original factory radio.
It does, and it also has a what do you call it? Equalizer on it, so you can adjust like all the sounds, all the bass,
all the different
all
settings,
the different stuff on it.
So we go back to that.
We don't
home screen, go back to apps. You can go to the equalizer there, and you can actually change different settings. Whoops, in there, but
like here, surround, stereo, bass, sound filter. It's just got like a whole bunch of stuff. We haven't even like messed around with it.
I don't know how to put that back.
I think you just hit default on it. Well,
there you go. Okay.
There we go. So that's that. Let's see. Let's go back home. So this screen is like one of the 5 screens.
Yeah, it gives you your speed.
Speed.
We got up here. We got outside temperature.
Volume. It looks like it's went back to kilometers, but we'll have to figure that out.
It's got a clock over there in the corner. And then
this is a map. It has 3 different. So you can actually connect to Google Maps, Apple Maps. I guess that's what it's called. And then this is one that sort of comes with this stereo, and I can't remember what that's like, Yandex or something like that.
Yeah, like over there in the corner, I put the little GPS receiver over there, so I think it is connected through that, I believe.
And then you can also, one other really cool feature on here is you can turn that off. You can store music on here, and you can actually like play music that you have stored on it.
Like this song.
That's not ours.
That's not ours. That was already on there, along with a bunch of other songs. It just started playing some music, and we were like, "Where's that coming from?" But it was already on there.
Yeah. So.
And then go to Apple CarPlay. Or go click on that up there.
The CarLink.
And then
you actually have to connect. You have to approve it through your phone.
Up
so
there
you go.
All right, approved it. So then you got all the normal Apple CarPlay stuff, whatever apps you have on your phone, I guess.
Yeah, and then you can use those on here as well.
And then
this is probably where we'll stay mostly, is on Apple CarPlay. We got our tire minder on here that you can see, which is pretty cool that you can actually like access that. Spotify, Florida Man Radio.
Yeah, you can use your Google Maps, which I won't click on that because it'll show you where we're at the moment. So here's us driving down the road using Google Maps through Apple CarPlay. It works great and has a nice big screen so you can easily kind of glance down, check it out, see where you are. and you know, everything's very easily visible, so I really like that. Having the big screen is going to really make a big difference over just using my phone, you know, with the maps going. So it's gonna really improve long road trips and being able to adjust where we're going. And Carla can actually adjust it as we're driving down the road, so it should work out great. What else we got on there? You got over here on this side over here, it's got a radio and different things, but it depends on which homepage. There's multiple homepages and there's multiple backgrounds you can put in
this
here.
This is like a screen, and they give you a standard password to log in.
Yeah.
So you can mess around with your factory settings on your truck, like the like tire, TPMS, and stuff like that. I think.
Yeah, I think you can. This is the factory. Put in the code that it came with here. I'll just leave it there because that's what it has in the book. So
and then it just has like a whole bunch of different, like you can actually, they have some other accessories you can add on. They have a 360 camera you can add on. They have ADAS, like some of the security technology you can add on to it. But this is just a standard thing. Todd just wanted a better radio than what came with the factory. So
the main thing was I just wanted a better reverse camera. Yeah. So if I put it in reverse,
and look at this.
I wanted a bigger screen, so there it is. Got a nice big screen.
Yeah.
So you can see, when I zoom back, you can see it's a nice big screen, so you can see everything really well. These lines here, you can actually adjust those.
The lines.
So they were up real high, but we actually lowered them down lower, and they'll turn when you turn the steering wheel, and then you can take it back out of reverse. It just goes right back to whatever you're at. So, and then you can. How do we go back to that? Yeah.
CarPlay.
Yeah, or you can connect to I think you have to connect to Wi-Fi for
some of the other stuff.
Some things go through the phone for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and then for other things, maybe if you do want to watch, if you're sitting still parked somewhere and you want to watch a movie or something, then I think you have to tether it to your phone through Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So we're still learning, but so far.
The book is like just so basic, like you have to teach yourself just by messing around with it.
Yeah, it's not very
user friendly.
Yeah, it's not very user friendly, and the install instructions are not very user friendly either.
But we tested it. We went out camping this weekend. We didn't really record a video because we just needed some relaxing time with our friends, but we used this on the way there and on the way back, and it worked really well.
Yeah, it was really cool being able to use Google Maps through Apple CarPlay and have a nice big... I
messed around with it pretty much the whole time we were driving back just to try to figure some things out, but I think I figured a little bit out.
Very cool. So as you can see, the new bezel, the part that just goes around the radio, you can see that it fits real nice with the factory part here. So it's got a nice finished look to it. Don't you think, Carla?
Yeah, I do. That's my favorite part. Well, besides the functionality.
Yeah, it looks really good. Just kind of goes along with the look of the truck. Very happy with that. Alright, so I just wanted to discuss a little bit about the install. Like you saw earlier in the video, basically we got the stereo, unboxed it, and got the bezel that came with it that went around the radio was not right, so we contacted the seller, and it's coming from China, so they sent us the correct bezel, so now it works, but we had to wait about another 2.5 weeks just to get that bezel, and but that worked. But one of the downsides with this radio was I was thinking that it would actually work with the factory backup camera in the tailgate, and it doesn't. Some of the older models I saw, or some of the radios in the older model, like 4th gen RAMs, they would work with the factory backup camera in the tailgate. So I was thinking, well, this probably will too, and it didn't. I think it's got a different proprietary plug on maybe the 5th gen Rams here, so
he wasn't entirely sure it was gonna the whole thing was gonna work.
Yeah,
he just kind of was like gambling.
I was like, well,
taking a chance.
It's worth a shot. So
yeah, because it's so much less expensive than any of our other options, and it looks better.
Yeah, because we priced out getting a replacement done at 2 different stereo shops, and they were going to do something, and it wasn't even going to be as nice as this. So the screen was going to be smaller, and it was going to be $1,500 to $1,700. So I was like, didn't really want to do that unless we had to.
Because we put money in the bank whenever we traded trucks. We didn't want to put money back into it, that much money back into it.
Yeah, for about $300 is what we paid for this. Whether the price has gone up or going to go up due to the whole current tariff thing, who knows? But we'll put a link below for this radio if you're interested. But going back to the backup camera thing, so I kind of got very frustrated knowing that it wasn't going to work with our backup camera, and it came with a backup camera, and I didn't really want to have to wire in a whole new one, so I was very frustrated about that. So I finally just decided, well, okay, I don't want to spend a bunch of extra money for a new stereo. I'll just run all new wire back to the, put a new camera in the back. So just put it on top of the license plate, and the wire that it came with to run through the dash out through the door jamb and then underneath the truck and to the back of the truck was not long enough. It was about 4 feet short, so I had to get an extension for the RCA video wire, and then I also had to run an extra little 4-foot piece of wire that's for the power for the backup camera, because that's kind of connected to the one main wire you run all the way to the back anyhow. So I made it work. It wasn't super easy. It's if you're willing to tackle the job, you can do it. Just know that it will not work with the factory backup camera, so you will have to run the camera that comes with it to the back. And the picture looks great.
Yeah,
so
it's much bigger than the other one.
So I mean, once it's all said and done, happy with it.
One feature that was on the factory was that you could zoom in a little bit, and Todd really wanted to maintain that feature, but this one does not, since it's not. Yeah. Since it's an aftermarket.
Yeah, good point.
But the problem is, or not a problem, it's much bigger. So the other one was much smaller, so it actually sort of makes up for that.
Yeah, it does. It's still just that it's 4 times the size of what was in there. Just about. It's easier to see, even though it won't zoom in. Yeah. And the camera, since I put it over the license plate, is down lower versus being up higher on the tailgate looking down. It's more in level with like the trailer hitch, so I can kind of see real well with the trailer hitch back and up to the trailer. So yeah, worked out real good. Yeah. So I think that's about it on the stereo. Appreciate you watching the video. Hope you got something out of it. If you're interested in this radio, again, we'll put a link below. We're not sponsored by them. We bought the radio and looking for a good option for a tradesman truck, and which there seem to be very limited options.
We are an Amazon affiliate, so if you buy one using the link below, we'll get a little bitty something.
Yeah, we'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
So again, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time on Runaway Roses. Bye bye.
Bye bye.